Hey guys, Orion here with my weekly work check-in, and I'm checking in late this week, which is good news. So if you're new to my channel, which is currently quite a mess, let me just fill you in. I do two weekly check-ins. One is about my physical progress. I am working out and trying to eat healthfully to improve my health. Sorry, that's different. I'm trying to improve my health and well-being, and move my weight in the positive direction. Positive as far as I'm concerned. You can understand what I mean. I'm trying to avoid using negative words about positive changes in my life because I heard, what's his name? Very famous guru. Forgot his name for the minute. It'll get back to me in a minute. It said something that clicked with me, which is our subconscious brain, our child's brain inside our head doesn't know that losing weight is good, but losing money is bad. Losing is losing. So I try to talk about the results I want in only positive terms. And I do two check-ins a week. So one is the physical one and the other one is work. I also sometimes do other videos. I've got some really cool ideas going on. I need to find the time to do them. And all my videos are recorded and uploaded. There is no editing. There is no technicalities. There is no stuff going on. Sometimes when I do, so check-ins are just record and upload. Other videos sometimes need to be recorded over a period of time, so it start and stop, but I really don't do a lot of editing. If I say something stupid, like I mess up the words or I forget a word in English, you get to see it. I'm bilingual. English is not my mother's tongue. I'm actually a native Hebrew speaker. I live in Israel. And I started with the physical check-in as a way to track my progress and share stuff that I thought was missing on LinkedIn. Gosh, my mind is a blur. Missing on YouTube, and when I looked for it, I couldn't find it, so I just started my channel like that. And then I saw how effective just checking in every week was on my physical results, and I decided to start doing a work check-in as well. I have my own business. I am an inventory specialist. I work with e-commerce brands to improve their cash flow. And what I do in this check-in, and that's a lot of intro, I know. What I do on this check-in is I just report on what happened the last week, what am I struggling with. I've been having a lot of issues with procrastination, with not being as productive as I want, with not getting things moving, business is going slow, and I was self-blaming. Good stuff. And the reason I'm late to report this week is actually a great reason. I was so busy yesterday that I forgot to report. So that means I am not procrastinating as much. I am not dragging my feet as much. And that is a great, great, great progress. And so what I've been thinking about today is what happened? What changed? Why is this different? And I can see several things. One is the internal work, the emotional work I've been doing by creating last week's video and a coaching call with my friend Burju. And I will link her Facebook page below because she's amazing. And if you need somebody to help you out, reach out to her. I've also done some subconscious guided meditation type of stuff that was really, really hard. I've done that a lot in the past. I know how it feels when it's working and it's easy and everything's clicking. And this time was really hard, so it means I had a lot of internal noise and resistance, and it still worked, so I'm a happy camper. So through all of that, I have come to realize a few things that were making me tick offbeat from where I want to be. And just realizing those things, just looking into them in the eye and saying, oh, I see. So I have this internal story about why I should be passive, why it's bad for me to be active, to be in charge of stuff. And it's the things from my childhood, of course. And I can give you a list, and that list doesn't mean to put blame on other people. And more than that, it might not even be true. It's just the way I perceive my past right now. This is what I remember. This is what comes up for me. And it doesn't matter what the truth was. It doesn't matter why those people did whatever they did. I'm not talking big time abuse here, so not that. Listen, it doesn't take, big time abuse is horrible and totally against it and shouldn't happen, and we should protect the people. Everything is correct. But the thing is, it can take something so minuscule, so unimportant, to shift your life into the wrong place. Like one of the memories I've had, I think I raised it on last week's video, is the day where I was playing with a neighbor's boy. And I decided to act more passively, to let him be God, the big, older person who knows everything, and I don't. He was a year older than me. He was in first grade and I was in kindergarten. That's it. But I let that gap be bigger because I thought, oh, make him happy and he would be my friend because of it. I did not have the capacity to understand as a 5-year-old that we live door to door and he's new in the neighborhood and he's going to be my friend no matter what because it's easy to be my friend. And that little moment in time where nothing bad really happened changed my life. So the things that govern our results don't have to be big PTSD generating stuff. I've had those as well. They actually were easier to handle for me. But I didn't go into battle zone or anything. I had small PTSD stuff. And I was also older when those happened to me. So I'm not trying to compare myself to anything and to anyone, and I'm asking nobody to compare other people's lives to mine. So the fact that somebody had an event and he has life debilitating PTSD and I don't, doesn't mean anything about him or me. His background or her background, her event, his event, everything is personal. And just like I just told you right now, my life was stuck because of stupid, minuscule things. The neighbor's boy. Why does he have a say in my life? Well, it doesn't matter. The thing is, it really doesn't matter. You have to look those things in the eye and say, oh, hello. You're here in my past. I don't want you here. Move away. Stay there. I don't need you anymore. You have to see them in order to let them go. And so that was one thing. I did a lot of work on those type of things this week. And it's a story about him and where it relates to my family life when I was a kid. It's about my parents, of course, and other stuff. And I started untangling that, and every time I look into it, and every time I do the guided vision, the guided meditation, and every time I talk to people, even every time I talk to the camera, to you about it, it helps. The other thing is that I have much more clarity with what I want to do in my business and my messaging. And I've done some validation work. I've sent out some feelers and I'm starting to see results. And every time I get a result, every time somebody responds to a message I sent, somebody reacts to a post I post on LinkedIn or Facebook and comes back to me and says, do you do that? That's interesting. That validates me and takes a load off my heart. So I'm coming to realize that the fact that I couldn't see what is going to happen, specifically in the short term, how am I going to move forward, was holding me back. It was stopping me so intensely. It was scaring the daylight out of me. So I knew I was scared of something, and it's just now dawned on me that a lot of that fear was that the same fear I had the first time I boarded a plane and flew abroad alone. The first time my husband and I drove to Sinai. It was way before anybody knew that ISIS was a terrorist group. I don't think ISIS knew they exist way back when. But we drove to a place I don't know, I've never been to. And I kept having these visions from sci-fi movies running through my head. Oh, it's really lovely. I love Sinai. But I am extremely scared of the unknown. And taking on a business, moving to the unknown, was paralyzing for me. And the last thing that happened is that I closed a deal with a new client. So I have a new client right now, and we're working on my new materials. I have this unknown feeling because I have made some pivots in my business to make it a better business, to make the value I create for my customers higher. And that created a situation where I'm not sure where we're going, where am I going when I'm going forward. And having her to work with and try things out. And I'm really, really lucky that she's a local and she speaks Hebrew, which makes my life easier. And she's on the same time zone as me, which makes my life easier. And she communicates the way everybody here communicates. Israel is big on certain communication apps and not so big on others. And I did notice that the US has a different communication base. People use less, let's say, what's up there. And more people have AOS, and Israel is very Android. Just having that ease of communication, and both technically and through language, makes it so much easier for me to start working with her and feel secure and safe in my expeditions. So I've actually been so much more productive in the past 3 days. Another thing is I started getting on more coaching calls with the Virtual Edge, the coaches I work with whom are out of South Africa, and they are more on the lead generation marketing side of business. And they're kind of like have accountability built into their process now. And just knowing that I come on almost daily, not every day, but most days of the week, and each day has its own theme. And the fact I can get answers fast and I can do everything really quickly, I don't have to wait for answers, is also driving me forward. When I get the feedback really fast, I don't have time to get into my head too much. And this morning I went on one of our calls and somebody said something that was so true for me, so important for me, is that I overthink stuff. And in our head, some parts of us, more primal parts, they can't tell the difference between thinking about doing and doing. So when we start overthinking, when we start doing things, so much thinking in our head, doing it becomes extremely almost impossible, because there are those mechanisms that says, but we did it already. Which makes doing without thinking so much more logical. When I get up in the morning and go to the gym, I don't think about it. I check what's on my schedule today and I do it. So that mechanism that says, but we've done it already. You've thought about it all yesterday. I don't think about my gym all day long. I finish it, I come back home to have my breakfast. Husband might ask, how was your gym practice? And I'll think about it for 2 seconds and say it was good, it was hard, whatever. And then I might think about it once or twice throughout the entire day. One thought or 2 thoughts, that's it. Out of the thousands of thoughts I have in a day, that's nothing. And because I don't think about it, I just do it. I get up in the morning, I also don't think, oh, I'm going to go down and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and then I'm going to lift like this and then I'm going to focus like that. I have to do arms today twice, go down, figure out what I want to see on Netflix, start walking on the treadmill, warm up, turn off Netflix, put on my video. Right now it's Chloe Ting, love the girl. And I start doing. And it's just dawned on me how effective that is, how strong that is. I've been told by Wes from the Virtual Edge that the best way to go about things is to do. Then it's not to look for inspiration, to get motivation, to get doing. Start doing and the rest will come. And I'm just now figured it. Where does it come from? Where does it meet me? And it's just, I'm an overthinker. Stop thinking, just do. It's much easier when all you have to do is, lift, lower, lift, lower. And it's harder when you have to write something out, do a post, call somebody up. What I need to take away from that right now is to, okay, now find where those two meets. How can I make those things be more just doable instead of think about them so much? And so one thing that helps is having scripts. And another thing that's probably going to be helpful is having templates. So really what I'm going to do in the next coming days, is think about how to take the thinking out of the doing. I think that will be extremely impactful. I'm going to put down some links in the description box to my friend Borja, who's an extremely strong one-on-one coach to help you get through the problems if you have any. Also to the Virtual Edge, of course, I'm going to put in their free gift so you can experience some of their work. I think those are the links for today. That's quite enough. I'd love to hear from you. How do you take the thinking out of the doing if you've done that? If you have any good tips for me, put them down in the responses, please. And like and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell. That will be very, very helpful. Next week, I'm going to report back on a Tuesday. Figure it out, and I'll do it. And I am thinking of a really neat new video for my main subject of the health and body videos, which is how to do stuff when your girls are big. I have to check some technicalities to see that it will work. If it is, fingers crossed, you're going to get a terrific video. That's all I can say. Something amazing. It's probably not going to work. That's what happens when I have big plans. But I'm going to stay positive. Have a great week. And I don't know you, so I don't know what blessings to bless you. So I bless you with a lot of doing and everything you want for yourself. And a lot of luck and success and fortunes. I'll talk to you next week then, or before. I do have a check-in on Sunday, so maybe it's till Sunday.